What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be having a first look at a new release. This isn't the first time that this colorway has been released, and it's probably not going to be its last. So without further ado, let's get into our first sneaker review. Today we're going to unbox the Jordan 11 Cool Grays. This colorway is set to officially release December 11th. My friend Bailey was lucky enough to hit early access on these on Sneakers, and then he was also nice enough to let me get my hands on them for a sneaker review. Before we get too far into this, let's talk about the history of the Jordan 11 Cool Gray. The first time that the Jordan 11 Cool Grays released was in 2001. If you look up the Cool Gray 11 on the internet, you might see pictures of Michael wearing them whenever he played for the Wizards. It took 9 years, but they did it. They re-released the Cool Gray 11s in 2010. The only version of the Cool Gray 11s that we've seen since 2010 was the low top version. Jordan Brand finally decided 2021 was the year to push out the Cool Gray 11 in a new sleek design. So first, I want to take a look at the box. We've got the front and the box label. And then we've got the box lid here. The 2001 pair had a box with a silhouette of Jordan's face. It was a silver lid, and then it was just Jordan's eye line like this, just looking into the box. I'll try and pop up a picture right here. The box changed for the 2010 release. That's the box that we all loved and hated at the same time. The box with the 2010 release was the one that slid apart, and then it had that translucent insert on top that you could never get back together. Pop a picture of that right here. And then now we have this simplified version of a Jordan 11 box. When they redid the Bred 11s, they threw it back to the OG box. Now these Cool Grays aren't necessarily classified as an OG colorway, although it would have been cool to see them throw it back to the 01 box style. So let's take a look at these bad boys. In my opinion, Jordan Brand did a better job with these than what they have with the other OG colorways of the 11s that they've reproduced. They still went a little bit high with the patent leather cut. We were used to the low cut on the OG colorways. I don't know if I can get a side-by-side view here to show you, but it is cut a little bit higher. It's not as drastic as what we saw with the Concords whenever they re-released those. The Concords might have looked a little more drastic because of the contrasting colors though. White and black, it's a lot easier to notice whenever the cuts are changed on the patent leather. I will say overall the proportions of this shoe kind of make sense. The leather and the suede are nice, and we've got the OG 23 on the back. They put the 45 on the back of the most recent reman of the Concords, and I kind of wish they would have just stuck with the 23. I would definitely rock the Cool Grays personally. It's all about putting the right fit together whenever it comes to 11s. 11s can look either really good or really bad on foot. It definitely all comes down to the pants that you wear with them. You're not going to be rocking boot cut jeans that go over the top of the heel. This type of shoe is perfect for a pair of joggers. You want to end those joggers right here at the top of the heel, that way you can see the Jumpman on the side there. If you're covering the Jumpman, you're not doing it right. Of course, we've got the icy bottoms on these. These are so fresh whenever they're brand new. It's really hard to un-DS these because, man, it only takes a few wears, and those soles are so tough to keep from yellowing. They do have products out there now to combat that, but the preventative maintenance on sneaker wearing is just not my cup of tea. I'd rather put them straight to the toe, wear them, or keep them on ice. It's one or the other. I'm either going to wear them and enjoy them, or I'm going to stash them in the closet and let the value go up. This might be weird, but like every time I unbox a new pair of shoes, that's like one of the first things I do is smell them. I don't know if it's like an addiction to the smell of brand new shoes or if it's something else, but Sneakers has already shock dropped these multiple times now. There are some pairs out there. This is technically an early pair since they don't release until the second week of December, but these shock drops are affecting the value already. I was seeing pairs about a month ago, early pairs that were listed around the $500 range. They do manufacture a lot of these. It's normally a holiday 11 release. I would consider this the holiday 11 release of the year. This is a more sought after colorway, so I expect the value to hold pretty strong. GOAT and StockX were staying strong around the $400 range for most men's sizes whenever this round of pairs shipped. Now that they've touched down, they've dipped a little bit more. Most sizes on the apps are listed around the $340 to $350 range. With a retail tag at $225, there's still some meat on the bone there. I'm pretty confident that on release day, these are going to stay around the $300 range. And if you look at the history of what happens with these sought after colorways with the Jordan 11s, you'll notice that the prices do mature really well. If you look up Concords, Breads, Space Jams, Cool Gray 11s, all of the releases prior to the new ones have gone up drastically. I mean, it's been over 10 years since we've seen this colorway in the high top version of the 11s. Now, I'm not saying it's going to take 10 years for these to hit their peak value, but I will say if I had a pair of the 2010 release on ice right now, even if I heard rumor of these re-releasing, those would have been moved ASAP. I'm always on the lookout for re-releases, restocks, remans. You have to keep an eye on these colorways and make sure that they're not going to restock colorways that you already have in your inventory. Jordan 1s, for example, I see a lot of those restocking, especially the OG colorways. When I had Breads and Royals on deck, as soon as I heard rumors of those colorways restocking, I moved the pairs that I had. Think about it. As long as the redesign is close, you're more likely to cop the new version of a shoe rather than the older version, no matter if they're brand new or not. Over the years, we have sacrificed quality and material. I've had OG versions of not this colorway, obviously, but the Breads. I've had OG versions of different retros. And yes, the leather is a lot softer. The shoes are a lot more comfortable. And now it seems like we get a lot of hard plastic, cheaper looking shoes. If I was a diehard fan of the Cool Gray 11s and I wanted them to be like the 2010 release, I really wouldn't be that disappointed with these. Aside from them pushing a bunch of pairs and them being brand new right now and the super icy bottoms, you wouldn't be able to tell just looking at somebody's foot whether they were the 2021 version or the 2010 version. And if you give it a few years, these are going to be fetching the same prices as what the 2010 version was whenever it matured. My advice to you resellers out there, go all in on these and hold. If you're not strapped for the capital, hold them, hold them, hold them. If you need to quick flip them, you're going to make a little bit of money. And there's nothing wrong with making a little bit of money, but you're going to be kicking yourself in a few years whenever you see these sitting at $400 to $600, which is the way that all these 11s trend. In a few years, people are going to be looking for that brand new pair of Cool Grays with the icy bottoms. And you could be the one that has them in your closet. Me personally, as a reseller, I've done the same thing every single year with the Holiday 11 release. I've bought as many pairs as I can, and I've held them until I thought that the price was right. These are going to be releasing everywhere. So make sure that you give yourself as many chances as possible to cop as many pairs as possible. Make sure to keep an eye on social media. Enter all the raffles you can on your apps. They're going to release online on all the foot sites, more than likely at 10 a.m., as well as sneakers at 10 a.m. This should not be a hard cop, and you are going to see a lot of pairs. So don't let that make you hesitate to buy them. I promise you this is a good investment. If there's one shoe that you need to cop in December, it's going to be the Jordan 11 Cool Grays. If you have any questions about this release, drop a comment or DM me on Instagram. The handle is the same at AllAB Sneakers. Follow me there and stay tuned for more posts about early release sneakers. Thank you guys for watching. This is the stuff that I love. The sneaker culture is great. I love unboxing new pairs of shoes and sharing them with you guys. So thank you for watching, and thanks for enjoying this new pair of Cool Gray 11s with me. Hopefully on December 11th, you'll have a pair sitting in front of you. That wraps it up for our first sneaker review. And don't forget, this is all about sneakers.